Are you trying to build the best team in Madden? Well, head on over to instantmuttcoins.com. Avoid the packs, save the racks. Link in the description below. Use code CC for 15% off. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here talking Team of the Week and predictions, okay? As always, this is a predictions, right? So don't take what I say as the gospel. I'm just guessing. Right? But I feel like I figured out a formula for it. We'll find out if I'm right, but I think I figured it out. For now, at least. Okay, we'll go for now. If you are new, please drop a like on the video, subscribe, all sorts of good stuff. Let's talk about it. So Team of the Week obviously had some changes last week, and we're going to go look at it just in case you forgot or you're new or whatever. So Team of the Week going forward has the components where we get a Player of the Week, which is a current player who played well that week. We have a limited, was a current player who played well in that week in previous years. Last week was TJ Watt. Then we have an offensive hero and a defensive hero for legends, aka retired players who had good weeks on previous years for that. So like week 1, Aaron Foster had a pretty good year against the Colts, right? Bryant Young had a pretty good game against the Rams, I think it was, maybe. Yeah, it was the Rams here, right? So we got to look historically and talk about this. Now let's start with the current player of the week. In my opinion, EA is very structured. They like to switch things up statically. And what I mean by that is, hey, we got offense this last week in week 1. We're going to get defense in week 2. Okay. The reason why I think that is because they've obviously have this limited card, this current flashback planned out. And if they planned it out, probably want to alternate because we got 1 offense, 1 defense for current players and 1 offense, 1 defense for retired players. So I feel that this week our Player of the Week set here, where we had Devontae Adams last week, is going to be a defensive player. He was an 86 overall. So we still know that they're going to likely boost up cards, elite cards and stuff like that, which really limits what we want to do. So I'm going to give you guys 2 choices here this week for the Player of the Week. Based on defense, based on winning the game, it's going to be either Khalil Mack or Calais Campbell. One of the 2. That is my go. Okay? We talk about players in the set who had really good weeks. Who had really good weeks? Well, there's quite a few players, right? Obviously, we assume that these are all just going to be elite players in the game currently. I think people were going to get cards for Dak Prescott. I think Dak gets a card. I think we get a card for Aaron Jones, obviously. He played extremely well. I think we get a TJ Watt, who actually led the week in sacks, but obviously cannot get a hero card because he just got a limited. But that if that comes true, that means that TJ Watt now can go up 1 extra overall, which would start to be a really good trend of things that they can do. So I would like that. So I think those are the 3 I want to put out there. They're obviously... You could say Stephon Diggs, who had a great game. Josh Allen, but he doesn't have an elite card or power up. So there's a lot of really good performances which we're missing because they don't have power ups. Now, if EA eventually does put cards in here that don't have power ups, hey, guess what? Now we know, right? But for now, we're just going to follow that trend. I want to put those names out there: TJ, Aaron Jones, Dak, maybe like a Marcus Peters, even. Sure, why not throw it in there? So that's Player of the Week, and the undercards are limited edition. I did a lot of digging, and I think I tried to figure it out. We have 2 options here today. If you're looking for a quarterback, this is not going to be news that you like because limiteds are expensive. If we stayed 89 overall, it cannot be Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes would make a lot of sense. If you go back and you look, I think we have 2 choices here. 2, just 2. Tom Brady and Russell Wilson. Who knows which one it could be? Could be one of those 2. That's my guess. With the legendary heroes here, we had to go back and dig some more, right? Aaron Foster, Bryant Young made a lot of sense. You go back and you look at it. Now, if I think that we're getting a limited quarterback, I can't give this offensive hero to a quarterback as well. Or else I would have said it's Tony Romo. So I don't think it's him. Well, who do I think it is? A name that fits in pretty well with this Arian Foster Bryant Young thing is Santana Moss. Yeah, I think Santana Moss is going to get a card. It's going to be a pretty good card. It's going to be like Brandon Cooks. That's what I think. Defensively, there's a couple choices here. I'm going to go with the guy that we had in the game last year, a guy that we'd wanted for a while. He came back. His name is Antonio Cromartie. Tell me that's not a banging team of the week. Russell Wilson, Khalil Mack, Santana Moss, Antonio Cromartie. God, it's a good team of the week, isn't it? And you get the upgrade to the TJ Watt, who also does play the same position as Khalil Mack. But that's my thoughts. That's where my head is at. Now, again, that's me feeling like we cracked the code. Now, I could be wrong, right? I've got a list up here. And I'm not going to show you the list. There's some other names who could have been in here. We've seen that there's going to be some new legends, like Revis. Revis had a monster week 2 in the past. He's too big of a name, I think, to put in here. That's why. Larry Fitzgerald, the current player, could be the limited, but he doesn't have a power up, right? Yikes! Fitzpatrick had really good weeks. Stephon Diggs had some good weeks in the past. Are we going to get another receiver? It could. I mean, Diggs could be the limited as well. He really could. He's like one of the only other guys, in my opinion, is Diggs right there. Looking here. Yeah. I'm gonna throw out 2 other names to you guys here. I'm not trying to throw out a bunch of names to just like to cover the world and be like, see, I was right. It's not about seeing I was right. But just 2 other possible names for the legendary cards here. Offensively, Antonio Gates. I like Gates. Defensively, Mario Williams. Putting those 2 names out there at the end as well. But those are my thoughts on teams of the week. Let me know who you think should get it. Right, I'm basing my predictions on how I feel that the program is being built out. Yes, I know Khalil Mack or Calais Campbell weren't the actual players of the week. There were much better performances. And if EA deviates from this very structured path, hey, guess what? They do. That's cool. I would take it. If it was a Josh Allen, I would love it. Right? Who that card would be great. I would love to see them do something like that. Because they could obviously build a power up for it. Cool. But I really think that's where my head is going. Again, if we're wrong, we'll reassess next week and we'll do a little more typing on the keyboard, a little more research, more spreadsheets, a little meme, right? That's what we'll do. But until then, I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Good luck. Do not go invest based on my opinions because they are guesses. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.